What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily, and we are back with the final iPhone XR accessory video. This one was far and away the most requested video in the series, and there was also a lot of doubt from you guys as to whether or not I'd even make it. But here we are, we made it with all of our coral accessories for your coral colored iPhone XR. Well, actually, we're here with our sort of coral colored accessories. It turns out, as many of you predicted, that finding color matching accessories for this coral iPhone was very tricky. Not that there weren't a lot of great coral colored products out there. There's actually a decent amount. The problem is that everyone's interpretation of coral was pretty different, and we have more shades of color here than any of our other iPhone XR videos. So what we're going to do this time is go from the best matching accessory to the accessory that isn't even close to matching the phone, and you guys can kind of see how close or how not so close different companies' coral colors ended up being to this phone. As always, if you're interested in learning more about any of the products featured in this video, I'll have links to everything down below in the video description at their lowest prices for you to check out. And if you would like to win an item featured in this video, of course, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down below letting me know which one was your favorite, and I'll announce the winner on February 18th. So before we go any further, I'd like to take just a second to give a special thanks to today's video sponsor, bookmark.com. If you're trying to create an online presence for yourself or your business this year, or maybe you'd like to just build a simple website but don't know where to start, Bookmark is an easy to use and completely free website builder powered by AI. You can create a professional looking website in just a matter of minutes by answering 7 simple questions and letting Ada, Bookmark's artificial intelligence design assistant, do all the rest. There's hundreds of themes and styles to choose from, including e-commerce integration to take your business to the next level, and it can all be done with no programming or coding skills required. If you're interested in getting a jumpstart on building your online presence in 2019 with a free and easy to use website builder, check out the link in the video description to bookmark.com to learn more, and thanks so much again to Bookmark for making today's video possible. To start things off, we've got a perfect color matching clear and coral case for the phone. And when I say color matching, I really do mean it. This case is that perfect shade that blends right into the iPhone XR perfectly. This case is from the folks at Spigen. It's their ultra hybrid design, and I think it's a great balance of style and protection. The clear portion of the case is a thick and sturdy hard plastic that gives it its shape, and the edges are rubber to not only make it easier to pop on and off the phone, but also for impact absorption in the event of a drop. It's a pretty slim case in the hand. It doesn't really add a whole lot of bulk to the phone at all, but it still covers all the corners and edges, which is obviously very important. You guys know that I always like to have a case with a raised lip coming up over the edge to protect the screen, and this one has just that. On the bottom, there's a precise cutout for the speaker and lightning port, so you can access them easily too. And even though this is a clear case with that plastic back, it actually doesn't attract a whole lot of fingerprints, which is nice. The case still looks clean even after handling it a little bit, and I know that's an important thing to note with this style of case. Spigen has been producing phone cases for a ton of different devices now for such a long time, and they continue to offer some of the best budget-friendly products on the market. For $14, I can't recommend this case enough, and honestly, I'd also suggest taking a look at the countless other styles they have in their lineup because they have a ton and there's really something for everyone. Next up, we've got a product that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I promise it's a solid investment, and that would be the Google Home Mini. Aside from the fact that the coral color of the Google Home Mini is nearly identical to the iPhone, which is kind of what we're going for here, I think this is a great little smart speaker that's well worth the money, especially since you can pick one up right now for under $30. In the smart home speaker product category, Apple's HomePod lags behind the likes of Google and Amazon, which is unfortunate since I'm sure a lot of people would still like to stay in the Apple ecosystem. But even as an iOS user with the XR, it's hard to compare the value of something like this to anything Apple could offer right now. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already very familiar with this product, but if you aren't, the Google Home Mini works hand in hand with the Google Home app on your phone, and after some initial setup, you're ready to ask the Google Assistant just about anything, from general knowledge questions to reading off today's headlines to controlling smart home products and even making hands-free phone calls. You can do a ton with this little guy, and yes, I know a vast majority of what the Google Home Mini can do you can also accomplish with Siri directly on the iPhone, but you're getting a great sounding Bluetooth speaker here out of the deal too, and actually in side-by-side comparisons, oftentimes the answers and capabilities of Google Assistant outshine Siri anyway. I know it's far from being a specific iPhone XR accessory, but it's a great product nonetheless, and again, for $30 right now, at a bare minimum, it's a fantastic sounding speaker with endless smart home potential as a bonus. Now, the next item on the list here is where we start to see a bit of a shift in color, but we're not too far off just yet. This is a waterproof Airpods case from Catalyst, and I actually didn't know that there was a need for such a product, but the way they did this is is pretty clever. This is a single piece silicone case that sort of cradles your AirPods and seals them tight. When you need them, you simply peel back the top of the case, it holds it in place, and you can flip open your AirPods. You still have access to all the important bits like the button on the back of the case and the lightning port underneath for charging. There's a little watertight flap that keeps that part secured, which you can see right there. And when I was playing around with this, I was actually sort of skeptical because you have the whole top of the AirPods case exposed there, and I wasn't all that confident in it actually being a watertight seal. Naturally, I decided to sacrifice my own AirPods for the sake of science, so you wouldn't have to. And after a few minutes sitting in water and ultimately making a proper mess of my entire desk trying to fish them out, the AirPods ended up perfectly fine and survived their underwater adventure completely dry. Apple has never officially said that AirPods are waterproof or water resistant, though they do tend to hold up pretty well. But if you find yourself at the pool or by the lake, maybe out on the water or whatever, and just want to ensure that your expensive AirPods are safe, this is a pretty worthwhile investment. You get a little clip too if you want to hook them on something, and the case is also rated for up to 1.2 meters of drop protection, so it's a dual purpose case anyway, and I think it's well worth the money. Next up, you can see that we've officially migrated from a pinkish coral to an orange coral, and while the color may be a bit off, this is obviously still a great product. This is the Bose SoundLink Micro, and it's a fantastic portable waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Honestly, it's probably the best one I've featured in this video series, and coming from a company like Bose, that really shouldn't be a surprise. This is a very compact all rubber speaker that's great for taking with you on the go. It's almost small enough to fit in a pocket, but obviously has a place in nearly any bag or backpack. It's also got this rubber strap on the back to let you hook it onto something if you want to do that. And up top, there's your power button and Bluetooth button, as well as that charging port. There are some buttons up front too for controlling volume and music. And as far as the sound quality goes, like I mentioned, this is easily the best speaker I've featured this week. And here's just a sample so you guys can get an idea.
Somebody else, only it ain't on the surface.
Hearing it over YouTube really doesn't do it justice, but this little guy fills the whole room with great sound. It's crystal clear, there's tons of bass, and overall just a great listening experience. You can pair it with the Bose app on your phone, which will allow you to also connect up another one for stereo sound and party mode, which is cool. You've got that IPX7 waterproof rating, like I mentioned, as well as 6 hours of music playback time, and a built-in speaker for taking calls too. You're definitely paying a little bit for the speaker at $99, but overall, I think this is one of, if not the best portable Bluetooth speaker you can get right now. From a bright orange color to more of a skin-toned color, we move on to an absolute essential when it comes to the iPhone, and that would be a new USB wall plug. When it comes to charging up the phone, size matters. Give your iPhone what it wants with a big, beefy charging brick that can actually get the job done, and ditch the small 5-watt adapter that comes inside the box. It's worthless and unnecessary, and honestly, Apple should just be ashamed for including it still at all. This one from Trane Eska is a dual-port USB brick that'll output the right amount of power to the specific device you have plugged in. So if you have an iPhone plugged in one port and an iPad in the other, it'll output the right charge to each device since they both require a different amount of juice. If this sort of strange colored charger isn't really your thing, there's a ton of other colors to choose from, all listed for like $9. And I know it's not always the best idea to buy third-party wall adapters and things like that from Amazon because you don't really know what you're getting, but this has nearly 1,000 ratings with 4.5 stars overall, so it's a highly regarded product that'll definitely get the job done. Last but not least, we have this. And I gotta be honest here, Showtek, I've got a bone to pick with you guys. Y'all nailed it with the blue charger matching the blue XR. It looked perfect. The yellow charger with the yellow iPhone XR was a little lighter, but still a great effort and a solid option for the phone. But this, calling this burnt orange color coral is just a sin. So I'm mostly including this as a PSA for folks who might stumble across it and think for some reason that it might match the coral phone. It doesn't, it's not even close, and I sort of hope they change this up a bit because it's a little misleading. Don't get me wrong, the charger itself is great. It's a fantastic charging stand that obviously charges the iPhone wirelessly just fine and keeps the phone upright so you can check if you have any notifications. You can even charge the phone in landscape while while you watch a movie or something too. It's a great product, but the color is just so far off it's not even funny. It doesn't even look like the product image on the Amazon listing, which is the sad part. I debated including this at all with this video because seeing this Cheeto colored charger next to the coral colored iPhone is a bit disappointing. But if anything, I just hope to inform anyone else who might have been looking. If you're trying to color match something coral with the iPhone XR, you should aim more towards the pink side and stay away from the orange. It's just not gonna look good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you happen to know of any other coral colored accessories for this iPhone XR, definitely let me know in the comments because I'd love to check out some more. Like I mentioned, if you do want to possibly win an item from this video, just leave a comment down below letting me know which one was your favorite, and I'll announce a winner on February 18th. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.